It's not uncommon to say Legends of Tomorrow went to some weird places. I mean, it's easily the most bizarre superhero show to ever hit the genre. But this latest episode might just be the wildest and best of the series run. I mean, this was honestly a really good episode. But just a quick spoiler warning here. This video will, of course, contain spoilers. So if you have not yet seen the episode, then go ahead and watch it. And then come right back to the video so you can find out my thoughts on this episode. So yeah, I mean, it's somewhat rare that one episode can so fully encapsulate the heart of what makes a series tick, but that's what we got in this week's episode of Legends. I mean, this is a show about misfits fighting long odds, and we got that in hard-on-your-sleeve spades this week. And I have to say, Legends of Tomorrow is at its best when it's silly, but still having to do with the story. That's what I really liked about this episode, because the whole premise of the episode was super silly, but it was part of the main plot and continued on the story, and it wasn't just like a filler episode or anything like that. So basically, after Charlie cut a deal with her sisters to use the Loom of Fate with them, we wake up to a different world that's been fully rewritten by the Fates, and it's basically a 1984-esque dystopia with the Fates watching all, squashing any whiff of rebellion from the history books, and making the masses eat varying colored versions of mush. So, get your rainbow mush on sale now. But we get to see this world through the lens of our old friend Mona, who is nice to see return here, and she's been spending her days toiling away at the historical sanitation office, rewriting history books. And she runs across Gary, who is now a crazy man screaming on the street corner, about how the world is wrong and stuff like that. But then they start to realize something is wrong. The world actually is wrong, and then that's when they start watching TV. So, as for the Legends, though, they've been banished to the realm of television, written into the Fate streaming service that functions to comfortably brainwash the population into submission. And just a quick note here, by the way, their streaming service is called Fates Plus, because, I mean, like, almost every streaming service right now, at least the new ones, is like something plus, Disney Plus, Apple TV Plus, stuff like that. So I really like that reference there, Fates Plus. So that was cool. But we start off with Nate, Behrad, and Zari, who are in a Friends knockoff. Great to see Behrad back, by the way. And then Sarah, Ava, and Rory are in a Star Trek riff. Constantine and Astra are in a poor man's version of Downton Abbey. And then the whole gang gets dropped into a twisted version of Mr. Parker's CULL DE SAC along the way. And this is a show that's never shied away from riffing on the meta things that make TV stick. And this was honestly like probably the most deft and earnest take yet. So, in a surprise return, it's the OG version of Zari that manages to break through the TV character brainwashing. Because when they were in their take on Friends, the heirloom, the totem, it started glowing, and then all of a sudden, OG Zari just like jumped out of it, and she was like a ghost. So then she jumped into new Zari's body, and so she basically took over Zari's body for this whole episode, even though she technically is Zari. And she was the only one in the whole episode that was actually not brainwashed. So she was the one that had to lead the missions to try and reassemble the Legends, even if they're still hilariously confused and playing out their assigned TV trope roles. Because, like, Nate and Behrad, on the Friends show, their show was called Ultimate Buds, so throughout the whole episode they were ultimate buds and they were like best friends and stuff. But Constantine, he's a butler trying to bury his temptation to the dark arts. That was really weird, but really funny, though. Like I said, Nate and Behrad are silly dude bros. So, I mean, it's not really that much different from their regular versions. While Sarah and Ava are actually co-captains of a starship who always win the day. And it was just awesome to see Ava as a female Spock. That was just really cool. But after their journey through all of these different TV series, Ultimate Buds, Highcastle Abbey, and Star Trip, they end up getting sucked into Mr. Parker's Cul de Sac, where the legends are all finally back together, and they are once again, Mona and Gary, they started to try and, save the legends, because they were like, oh, these people sound like they need our help. So they rewrote the script on the series so that they would get their memories back. So now everybody's back to normal. They all have their own memories. And now then Mr. Parker shows up because he's gone evil now. So then all the legends are once again tossed back to their respective shows, because Charlie is trying to lock them back down for what she sees as their own protection in this new world, because she is leading with an iron fist along with her sisters, the three Fates, and so this was her doing. She was the one that trapped all of them in the TV shows because she thought it would be protecting them. And at the end of this Mr. Parker's Cul de Sac thing, I mean, those sing-alongs, it's gonna haunt my dreams for days. I mean, at first it was okay. Like, the actors that play Zari and Behrad, they're actually good singers. And then Astra and Constantine started singing. They're good singers. It's just, it was weird seeing Constantine sing. I mean, that's definitely not even close to what I would have expected to be seeing here. But it was really hilarious, though, because you really got to see, a different side of these characters. And the whole episode was about trying to make you laugh, because there are plenty of laughs as the legends bounce from show to show as they're trying to reassemble the team. But the heart comes in the moments in between. Like I said, with Matt Ryan as Constantine, he bears out that Astra really is his original sin, and if she wants to stay in this TV show world with whatever version of her mother exists there, then he'll happily do it if it will make some tiny amount of amends for ruining Astra's life. After everything we've seen Constantine go through, I think this is definitely an earned moment and a raw one, and I really like seeing this selfless side of Constantine, because usually he's always super selfish and just in it for him, but he was really, you can tell that he really cares for Astra. But as for Sarah and Ava, once their memories are restored, Ava worries that escaping the show would mean Sarah being dead once more. But a fake life together is no life at all, and the living is in the risk, the unknown. So they all allow Mick Rory's hilariously hair Conalite to blow up their ship and cancel their show. And I have to say, seeing Rory with hair, especially long hippie hair like that, it was just great. And then we also saw his daughter and his daughter's mother. They were watching TV, and so nice cameos there. But Astra comes to a similar conclusion after getting a chance to talk with this version of her mother and realizes that she's not the real thing. Though she does get to have some closure to at least be able to talk with her in the first place. So that was really nice there. And OG Zari takes charge of her TV version of Zari for this full-fledged uprising for the masses. But even better, Charlie uses her newly restored fate powers to split Zari's thread, meaning both versions of Zari are now living, breathing, and walking around. So things are probably going to get a bit weird for Constantine and Nate. Actually, it'll probably be less awkward now, because now OG Zari can be with Nate, new Zari can be with Constantine, and then they both have their brother back as well. So, it's great to see both versions of this character get a chance to shine, because they've both earned their place on the Wave Rider and have really grown on these characters, or this character/characters. especially in this season. Like, I used to not really care for Zari, but especially seeing this new version of her and seeing this other side of her and now having both of them, it's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out here. And I'm really excited to see what happens. But by episode's end, the Legends get all their shows canceled. Though, thankfully, Legends itself is already renewed for next year. So that's right, we are getting Season 6. But they walk back into the real world. And even if it is now a dystopia, long odds are not, the Legends are ready to take back their reality. And next week, the season comes to an end with an all-out battle with the Fates. It's going to be a wild ride. Hopefully all the Legends, 2 Zaris and all, make it through alive. I'm not sure if both of them will. I'm thinking it will probably only be one, but I'm super excited to see it happen. I'm excited to see them finally use their powers again, because they barely use their powers on the show, but when they do, it's really cool. And you have to expect that they'll do it in the season finale. But yeah, so I'm just super excited for this. I've really enjoyed this season. Definitely one of my favorites. But what did you guys think about it? Please let me know all your thoughts and theories down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to hit the like button and smash the subscribe button so I can keep you up to date on everything that goes on in the DC life.